Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Science Query. I am your host Dr. Asha and this video is about the CRISPR system. Imagine a world where everyone lives a perfectly healthy life and the word incurable no longer exists. It sounds like a fairy tale, doesn't it? But yes, it is possible. With the help of gene editing technology, we can now target and eliminate a wide range of genetic disorders and life-threatening illnesses. And this is possible with the help of a revolutionary biotech tool called CRISPR. CRISPR stands for Clustered Regularly Interspaced Short Palindromic Repeat. According to the recent report in the journal Nature, UK has become the first country to approve a CRISPR-based treatment for diseases. This therapy is called Casgevy and it is designed to treat genetic disorders like sickle-cell and beta thalassemia. Before diving into the CRISPR function and how it works, let us go through the history of this wonderful technology. The first phase is the discovery era. In the year 1987, researchers in Japan, Yoshizumi Ishino and his team from Osaka University were the first to identify the CRISPR in E. coli. They noticed repeative sequences in E. coli but are not sure of their purpose. In 2002, Francisco Mujica officially coined the term CRISPR, which is Clustered Regularly Interspaced Short Palindromic Repeats. In the year 2005, Mujica, along with others, discovered that the spacer DNA in CRISPR matches the DNA of the viruses and concluded that CRISPR is a bacterial immune system. After this comes the next era, that is the breakthrough era. In this period, the functionality and importance of CRISPR in prokaryotes were realized, which leads to the development of a revolutionary genetic engineering tool. This is when CRISPR moved from a natural defense to a programmable tool. Jennifer Doudna and Emmanuel Charpentier published their first landmark paper. They proved that you can reprogram the system to cut any DNA sequence you want by changing the guide RNA. In the year 2013, researchers like Feng Zhang and George Church proves that CRISPR works in human cells. This opened the door to treating genetic diseases in people. After the breakthrough era comes the clinical era, in which the research has now shifted from the lab to real patients. Doudna and Charpentier are awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for their discovery. As we discussed, UK and US approved Casgevy, the first ever CRISPR drug to treat sickle cell disease. Now let us see what the CRISPR is. In nature, CRISPR is not a laboratory tool, but a sophisticated immune system used by bacteria to fight off invading viruses, that is the bacteriophages. The process works like a genetic memory that allows the bacteria to recognize and destroy specific enemies. Emmanuel Charpentier and Jennifer Doudna discovered CRISPR-Cas by chance while studying how bacteria defend against viruses. So, the bacteria defend against viruses. This process happens in three distinct stages. Let us see the first process or first stage, that is the adaptation. When a virus infects a bacterium for the first time, the bacterium uses specific enzyme to snip a small piece of the viral DNA. It then pastes this snippet into its own genome within the CRISPR array. These viral snippets are called spacers. This acts as most wanted gallery, keeping a permanent record of the virus's genetic signature. Next is the biogenesis of RNA, or creating the scouts. The bacterium then transcribes these stored viral DNA snippets into small molecule called CRISPR RNA or crRNA. Each crRNA molecule carries the code of a specific virus. The crRNA then binds with a cutting protein called the Cas9. Together, they form a surveillance complex that patrols the inside of the bacterial cells. Last is the interference or the search and destroy mission. If the same virus tries to infect the bacterium again, the crRNA Cas9 complex recognizes it instantly. Then the complex floats through the cell until the crRNA finds a perfect genetic match in the invading viral DNA. With the help of recognition or PAM process, the Cas9 protein first looks for the PAM sequence, that is the safety lock on the virus, to ensure it is attacking the enemy and not its own genetic library. Once the match is confirmed and the PAM is found, the Cas9 enzyme acts like a molecular scissor. It cuts the viral DNA into pieces. This effectively kills the virus and stops the infection. The inventor then realized that this natural process could be harnessed for the future of medicine. Now next, let us see what is CRISPR system and how it works to cut out faulty genes and replaces them with the healthy genes. So the CRISPR system is made up of two different parts, the enzyme part and the RNA part. And the structure of CRISPR looks something like this. The enzyme part of the CRISPR system is the actual molecular scissors that do the cutting. In the most famous and widely used system, this enzyme protein is called Cas9, which stands for CRISPR associated protein 9. Cas9 enzyme is the machinery that travels to the destination and performs the physical operation. The enzyme only becomes active when it binds with the RNA part, the guide RNA or the gRNA. Once the guide RNA is loaded inside the enzyme, Cas9 changes its 3D shape, becoming an active. This combined structure is called ribonucleoprotein RNP complex. Now let us see the two main lobes of this protein. Biologically, Cas9 protein is divided into two distinct regions or lobes that have different jobs. First lobe is the recognition or the REC lobe. This part acts like the hands holding a map. It binds to the guide RNA and helps position the target DNA so that the genetic sequence can be compared for a match. The next lobe is the nuclease lobe or NUC lobe. This is the cutting machinery. It contains the active site that will eventually cut the DNA strand. Next, let us see the dual blade system or the HNH and RuvC. The DNA is double-stranded. To effectively disable a gene or allow for editing, Cas9 must cut both the strands to create a double-strand break or DSB. To do this, the nuclease lobe uses two separate cutting domains, acting like a pair of dual blades. First is the HNH domain. This chemical blade cuts the DNA strand that perfectly matches the guide RNA, that is the complementary strand of the CRISPR. The RuvC domain cuts the opposite DNA strand, that is the non-complementary strand. Now, after that, the sequence of action happens, which is when the Cas9 finds the PAM sequence, that is the safety lock, it physically grabs the DNA. The enzyme then unzips the DNA double helix, pulling the target strand into its core to pair with the guide RNA. If the match is perfect, the HNH and RuvC blades are triggered, snipping both the sides of the DNA ladder. Once the DNA is cut, the cell's natural repair mechanism kick in, and that is exactly when scientists can introduce a new genetic material to edit the gene. Now let us see what happens after the DNA is cut. So the cell will go through either of the two processes, the NHEJ or the non-homologous end joining or homology directed process. First let us see the pathway 1, that is the non-homologous end joining pathway. When the cell detects a double-stranded break, its first instinct is damage control. It wants to glue that broken strand back together as fast as possible. This process is called NHEJ, the non-homologous end joining. The NHEJ acts like a duct tape. It doesn't use a blueprint, it just grabs the two loose ends and joins them together. This results in short insertion or deletion, collectively called indels. Scientists use this pathway on purpose when they want to turn off a harmful gene, like disabling a gene that causes a disease. But the advantage of this pathway is that it is fast and it works all the time. But the disadvantage is that it is messy. Now let us see the next pathway after the double-stranded DNA break is the precision repair pathway or HDR. HDR is homology directed repair. It is a precise DSP repair pathway. Here the homology repair template can be provided by either double-stranded DNAs via plasmids or viral vectors, or can be synthesized the single-stranded DNA. The cell looks for the blueprint. Scientists can trick the cell by feeding it a custom designed piece of the donor DNA alongside the CRISPR tool. The cell uses this donor template as a reference guide, carefully copying the correct sequence to fill the gap. The advantage of this pathway is that it is 100% precise. You can edit individual letters of the genetic code. The disadvantage is that it is much harder to trigger. The cell only do it naturally during the specific phase of cell division. So, using the CRISPR technology, we can delete a gene, or we can also insert a desired gene at specific location. Therefore, there are so many applications of CRISPR technology, like genetic disease treatment, like the sickle-cell anemia and beta thalassemia. This technology is also used in oncology and immunotherapies, in vivo gene therapies, and antiviral defense mechanisms. Well, that is all for this video about CRISPR technology and how it works. If you like my video, then please subscribe my channel Science Query and please like, share and comment. Thank you.